Go Lightly, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is perfumes I've added to my collection, part blah 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 of blah 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 blah. Literally, I don't know how many of these videos I've done. I decided to do this instead of haul videos because I think haul implies that you get everything like all at once, and that can be a little taxing, especially people who are under pressure financially. And this is more like the collection. These are perfumes that I've gotten over a collection of time. I try to do these videos when I have like 5 or more perfumes to show, and full bottles, decants, you know, it don't matter. So that was the introduction. Now let's get on to the perfumes. I have some really interesting scents to show you. Definitely some unique ones, some that are maybe not that surprising or exciting, and some that are maybe a little bit exciting. Who knows? We'll see. So let's start with the decants and the travel size. I have one decant. It's a 5 ml decant, and this is from the brand Herbis Parfums. Now, most of these niche brands, I'm not familiar with them, but in the fragrance groups that I'm in, which are linked down below, splitters will do splits of all these different fragrances, and anytime one comes up that has notes that sound interesting or a name that sounds interesting, in this case it was both, I will jump on. I'll usually just get a 5 ml, but if it's something that sounds really good, I'll go for a 10 ml. And that's how I end up with these decants from brands that I can't really tell you much about, but the scents are always awesome. My positivity is boiling today because I'm also boiling, and I'm trying to make up for this clown makeup, okay? Forgive me. Herbis Parfums Vegas. So I just have the 5 ml decant. This fragrance, I'll list the notes below, and I will link it too. I usually link them if I can. I'll list the notes below. It's got a booziness for sure. There's a spiciness. There's a little bit of sweetness, but there is something about this fragrance that I swear to God I have smelled this before. I could not put my finger on what this smells like. My husband tried, like we were like sniffing. This is a nice fragrance. This type of fragrance is right up my alley, and it's called Vegas. I love anything that's got Vegas incorporated into it. I'm just one of those people. But this smells like something that exists already in a lexicon of fragrances that is open enough that I would have smelled it casually before, either through owning it or through sniffing it at somewhere like Nordstrom's or Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth Avenue. So for a niche, high-end niche, expensive, I'm assuming, brand, I wouldn't go for it. To be honest, I would just try to figure out what this smells like and buy that instead, because I think it's probably something from like a Kilian, or even like, I don't think it's Tom Ford. It doesn't have a Tom Ford vibe to me. But it has like such a booziness. I think that that's something from Kilian. I just am not putting my finger on it. Either way, the fragrance smells great. I'll use the 5 ml for sure. But would I recommend Herbis Parfums Vegas? Probably not, unless you're a person like me who just wants a decant to try. Moving on. Does anyone else, or has anyone else ever tried their Asian candies? They're like the Milky Rabbit candies, and they're a white like toffee, like milky toffee candy. I know that they're really popular around the Lunar New Year, but I think you can get them year round. I've had them but I've gotten them from Asian markets here in Las Vegas before. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? If you do you like those candies? Like them. They're good. I think they taste good. If you have tried them and you have liked them, did you know you could get a perfume in that scent? I didn't know this was a thing. And then I saw someone in the fragrance group offering these for sale, and they were offering the individual perfume 10 ml travel spray, and then they were offering a gift set that came with the 10 ml travel spray, a hand cream, and a lip balm. And of course I went with the travel set because, first of all, I didn't know it was gonna look like this, but how cute is this? This is so cute. And second of all, I was really interested in lip balm as well. So this is what the little set looks like. So this bigger box is the hand cream. This box here, focus please. This box here is the fragrance, and then the lip balm is actually in super cute packaging that looks like a little cracker. Focus, thank you. Looks like a little cracker. Anyway, I do not know where this person acquired these, if they were in Asia or China, or if they were able to get them in the States somewhere, but they're so cute. So first of all, I tried the hand cream, and it's a really nice cream. The texture is very slippy, but it's soft and absorbent, so it doesn't feel greasy. It seems to be unscented, although it may have a very light scent of the fragrance, which I'm gonna get to. The lip balm I actually have not opened because the packaging was so cute. I didn't want to destroy it, but it's really easy to open. And it's in a bigger tube than I expected. Oh, it smells like that. It does. It smells like the perfume. It has like a lactonic sweetness, but it also smells like coconut. So I wonder if they've used like a coconut oil in the lip balm. All of the writing is in Chinese, so I have no idea what it says about it at all. And then the 10 ml perfume. So the reason I asked if you've tried this candy and you liked it is because this perfume smells just like the candy tastes. It's sweet, lactonic, but creamy lactonic. Not like when perfumes are really milky lactonic, they tend to smell quite sour on my skin. I usually shy away from a lactonic scent because of that, but this smells more creamy, like it smells like a picture of milk as opposed to actually smelling like a milk. And it also has a sweetness of like caramelized vanilla or like caramelized sugar, like toffee. I layered this fragrance over the lotion when I tried the lotion, and oh my God, it smells divine. It's so sweet and edible, but it's a very soft scent. So it's not nauseating. A lot of times like edibles type of scents will make me nauseous. This is not nauseating. It's just sweet and milky and very comforting. Oh, this is like being snuggled up in bed with your favorite stuffed animal with a warm glass of milk and some candy. It's so good. I have no idea where or how to get this fragrance, unfortunately. The seller that I purchased from had only limited amounts. I don't know where she got hers from, but absolutely love it. If you see this, it says it's GUDU, and I'm not sure if that's the brand, but that's what this is called, GUDU. And it's got a little bunny with like a little paint on it. Try to get your nose on this if you happen to see it, maybe like at an Asian market or anything like that. If you're traveling, I think it's worth it. And I don't think it was too expensive because when I purchased it, it was pretty affordable as well. So anyway, so much fun, so unique. and I thought maybe it had a price on it, but it doesn't. So unique, so much fun, and just something totally different for my perfume collection. So moving on to something that is absolutely none of those things, I picked up another bottle of Angel Eau de Parfum. This is a vintage bottle of Angel Eau de Parfum. This is the second one I've talked about, I think, recently. I had a bottle that I had mentioned in a previous video that I decanted out for people. I was gonna do the same thing with this one, but when I got it, I didn't think that the quality of the scent, like the quality of the fragrance, was high enough for me to decant it for people charge money for them. Like, it's definitely a vintage Angel scent. It smells like Angel and it smells vintage. The best bottles smell like Angel but more expressive in the way they've aged. This just kind of smells like it's aged. So I have this and I have been wearing it because I love Angel and I love wearing Angel. This is not the shooting star bottle. I'm not sure. I forget what they call this bottle. I'll write it on the screen. But I've already put it, like you can see the dent that I've put in it because it was full when I got it. This bottle was from 2009, I believe. It could have been 2008. It's right in that area. So another bottle of Angel in my collection. One thing that I'm planning to do, probably the next upcoming videos, is a full perfume fragrance collection video, and at the same time a declutter. So I want to show you each section of my collection, and as I'm showing you, I'm decluttering the objects or the fragrances that I don't use. I want to be pretty ruthless because we need to like pare this down quite a bit. But I will never declutter my Angels or any of my Mugler fragrances, so this baby is safe with me and I can wear it anytime I want. This is another one that I got from the fragrance group, and this is actually a decant, but the bottle is so pretty that it looks like it could potentially be the original bottle, but it's not. I swapped with a member of one of the fragrance groups I'm in for a 25 ml decant of the Guerlain fragrance, Gourmand Coquin. Is that the name of it? Coquin Gourmand? Gourmand Coquin, I think is. This was part of the Elixir Charnel collection back in the day in Guerlain, and then they ended up discontinuing that entire collection. You could still purchase Gourmand Coquin from certain standalone stores in Belgium and France, but to my knowledge, since the release of Fève Gourmand, you can no longer get Gourmand Coquin. They've discontinued it entirely. I may be wrong about that though, so don't take my word for it. But anyway, I tried Gourmand Coquin. I think I tried it back in, I want to say it was probably 2014 or 2015, around the same time that I first purchased a fragrance from Guerlain, which was Angelique Noir, and I tried it then, and I didn't really think there was anything that special about it. I didn't really think there was anything to write home about, and I basically put the scent totally out of my mind until the last couple of years. There was a huge like furor over Gourmand Coquin online, and I didn't really get the hype. Like, I definitely wasn't paying hundreds of dollars out of pocket for a bottle. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I don't remember that being anything amazing, so I don't get it. I did have a little bit of FOMO though, because I kind of thought, like, what if my nose has changed? What if things are different, or, you know, maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. So maybe I should try, or, you know, see if I can get my nose on this, but I never bothered. And then there was someone offering some decants for swap, and I ended up doing that. And so I have it's probably about 20 ml now, how many times I've sprayed it. 20 ml in a 30 ml bottle. That's why there's a large dent of Gourmand Coquin. And my memory was correct. This is a nice scent. It's a beautiful scent. If you like this type of scent, I'm sure it's lovely. It's definitely gourmand leaning, but it's not a full, like, true gourmand to me, in my opinion. It's a little spicy, very sweet, not as dense as I feel like people make it out to be, or maybe it's just this decant, maybe the bottle was not great or whatever, but it smells beautiful. It smells very Guerlain. It definitely has that Guerlainade, and it's nice. Am I glad to have this in my collection, especially now if it's been discontinued? Yes, I'm very glad. Am I glad that I never gave into the hype around this fragrance and paid money for it? 100%. I'm very glad. So very happy to have Guerlain Gourmand Coquin for my fragrance collection. She won't be going anywhere, but also glad that I was not mistaken in my first impressions of the fragrance and didn't give in to the big hype that it was all crazy about it. A lot of people say that the new Fève Gourmand smells exactly like this, so when I get a chance to go to the Guerlain store here in Las Vegas, I'm definitely going to try that and check it out. And then the last item, I teased this in my February vlog. This is a anniversary present from my husband. Our anniversary is February 2nd, and so I did unbox this on my vlog. That won't be up until later, but I did get from Dyptique the fragrance Le Papier. So the box is so beautiful. The outer packaging, the presentation is so beautiful. I don't even, like, I can't even take it out of the cellophane, but that's a me thing. The actual fragrance bottle is also fabulous. This is the Lunar New Year limited edition. I believe this same bottle was available over the holidays period, so it's gold embossed on the bottle, and then it has this just beautiful, I mean, this is what it looks like, but it has like the gold embossing, and then it has the special red packaging. When I tell you that this fragrance, I cannot get the lid off of these Dyptique bottles. Like, there's something about it. This definitely smells clean, papery. There's a citrus, there's this very strong citrus note. I would say it smells almost like an orange blossom, more neroli note. Definitely more like a neroli. It's got a little bit sharp. It's got some sharpness that I think is more neroli. But I'm pretty sure, of course the notes will be below, but I'm pretty sure there is not neroli or orange blossom in this scent. I think there's bergamot, and I believe there's ambrette. And those two combining, I think, are giving me the neroli vibe. But it's slightly sharp at the beginning, and when it dries down, it's just clean. It's not fresh, but it smells like clean skin, paper, just all of those things that you think of when you think of like something very fresh and clean without being like soapy. Like a towel, a fluffy towel. It's not like a detergent smell, but like that same kind of like clean vibe. It's a very aesthetic type of fragrance. It's like clean girl aesthetic in a bottle. But it's so pretty and it's so comfortable to wear. I do think with the addition of ambrette, this is going to be one that I will pass on in like the heat of summer, but coming into spring, I definitely expect to be reaching for this quite often. It's, I believe, the newest release from Dyptique. Maybe by the time that this video is up, will have been something else. But I know that Dyptique released Le Pipier in 2023, and I also know they don't do like as many releases as some other brands. So if you have been thinking about this, I definitely would say that if you're into the clean vibe, the fresh, clean vibe, without being aquatic, without being soapy, without being like laundry detergent, because I can't get past a laundry detergent vibe. At least try to smell. If you are near somewhere that carries Dyptique fragrances, give it a whiff. It's so good. I was expecting to like it, and I like it more than I expected to. So, talking about liking things, just to wrap up and give you a rundown, I have to leave Angel out, of course, of the rankings because she's always number one. If this was a rank bottle, like a bad bottle, then it would be 0, but it's not. It's just a average vintage bottle. So she's number one always. Next, I'm going to say that the White Bunny fragrance is probably, like, I probably like her better in a general sense as a fragrance than Le Pipier. But when it comes to quality and quantity, Le Pipier is going to win, of course. Then we have Gourmand Coquin. She's pretty. She's that girl. She's super, super stylish. It's a nice scent. I do agree that this is a good scent, but did it deserve all of the hype? No. And last but not least, unfortunately, Herbis Parfums Vegas is very, very nice and absolutely right up my alley, but just reminds me. I almost had it. This reminds me of something. Slightly animalic, boozy. Put your best guesses down below without knowing how it smells, unless you've smelled it. Based on what I've told you in the notes that are listed, put your best guesses to what this smells like. It smells like it has oud, or an animalic amber, or like Styrax, or any of those animalic scents. Yeah, please help me figure out what this smells like. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to start doing those collection videos. I may go ahead and start tonight. So keep an eye out for that. And always feel free to let me know how you found this in the comments down below. Until I see you again, please keep yourselves well. And remember, I love you. What is this double heart happening? Is it going? I don't know. See you later. Bye.